Today we're talking about men who are scripted not to be providers. Hello and welcome to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you, my precious one, of course, are my world. Welcome, welcome and welcome once again. It's always such a pleasure to have you here on this channel where I teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, high worth woman that quality men find completely irresistible. Can I get an amen? If that's something that you're interested in and you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload a video. So today men who are scripted not to provide. So we've spoken a lot about scripting, and we will on this channel continue to speak about scripting because it's a reality and something that we need to face as something that actually goes on in the world, has always gone on, and that is usually because it is sent down by agendas, like I said already before, but I don't want to go into conspiracy theories, right? I just want to talk about what I know for sure. Now, when it comes to, there is a breed of men right now who have been raised either in the absence of a father, mainly in the absence of a father, and with a masculine figure mother. And that masculine figured mom has modeled for them a hard-working woman that puts food on the table, that makes sure that everything is done. She works by herself, or he has a father, but daddy doesn't bring home as much as mommy, or daddy doesn't work as hard as mom. And so he has seen women being the financial leaders and the providers within the household. And so therefore his mindset has been shifted. And so there is a lot of this going on. And we are now raising a generation of men who reject the role of provider and sit on the feminist wave to say we're all equal, right? So why should I carry the financial weight? And because we're not raising this generation of men to understand, you know, I raise my son every single day. We have this conversation about relationships. Son, your job is to provide. Your job is to provide. And he understands that and he embraces that as the masculine young man that he is. But I know that so many men, and I was talking to a guy friend of mine who's now in his 30s, and he was saying, Chengi, that was never taught me. I was never taught. All this time I've been going to the gym, trying to get pretty, trying to go on diets, trying to do all these things, and I didn't make my money. I wasn't making my money in that time because I was raised almost like a woman to believe that women are looking for handsome men, and handsome men are what women are looking for. Yes, there is a demographic of masculine women that are also rising up that want men that are sexy, six-pack, and that is their priority. But the feminine woman wants a man that can provide. And so it is about educating. So we have these men who now in their 30s, nearly 40s, and they were never educated to believe or to understand that the role of a man in a relationship, of the masculine man in a relationship, is to be the provider. And so now we have these feminine men that are coming through, and these YouTube channels that come up with things like zero dates. Like what's a zero date? Zero date, for those of you who did not know, is when a man asks you out on a date where he doesn't have to spend a penny. So let's go off to the park. Let's go off to take a walk in the park or by the river, right? Zero date is when he spends nothing, and it's supposed to be to test you for gold digging. Ha ha ha. A masculine man will never consider him taking a woman to dinner or spending money on her as her being a gold digger, but he will consider it his privilege to be able to show her what he can do for her as a man and to impress her. But these men that are rising up now are men who were not taught, and who were in fact not only not taught, but are now being scripted to resent the role of provider. They're men even in their 40s who have the money, who can afford it, but have a deep resentment for having to look after a woman, not understanding that that resentment is the wrong type of scripting and only will allow them to attract masculine women. I remember dating this guy once, and you know, we were out to dinner, and he was telling me how, you know, he was dating this girl and she used to buy him presents and she used to pay for dates and she do all of this stuff for him. And he found that really very odd. He was like, she just was the one who was almost chasing me, and you know, he just found the whole thing very unattractive. What he didn't realize is later on, as the relationship unfolded, that actually he doesn't want to be the provider either. He wants a 50-50 situation because he's not been scripted to provide. He has been scripted to go 50-50 with a woman. And so I had a conversation with him and I said, okay, 50-50 sounds good, but it only works if we are going to go 50-50 all the way home. Will you carry potentially our children 50% of the time in your belly? Like, will I have the opportunity to say, oh, it's your turn, you carry them up, oh, that's enough? No, that's 10 months out of my life, out of my real life, that I'm gonna have to commit to giving my organs, my bodily functions, to not only supporting my physical health, but the health of a life that is being knit within my womb. Will you do 50% of that? If there are complications that come up along the pregnancy, will you do 50% of that? And when it comes to pushing, will you do 50% of that? And when it comes to breastfeeding, will you do 50% of that? You have to understand that these men are scripted to believe that they're dating other men except they got boobies and stuff. But they're not going to be able to do 50% of what only a woman can do. So you shouldn't feel bad requiring a man to show up 100% as a man, to be a provider, because what you are going to be able to offer him is, as a woman, the ability to carry his seed and to reproduce and to give him back a family. He cannot do 50% of that. He has to watch you labor. He's going to watch you go through pregnancy helpless. So he should be okay with you watching him provide and make sure that all of the needs for the family are met. Now, if you end up in seasons where things are not always good, of course, as a woman, you are a helpmate. You pitch in. It doesn't mean that everything has to be on his shoulders. Of course, you can pitch in when a relationship has been established. But I need you to know that if you meet a man who is scripted not to provide, you cannot negotiate with this person. You need to keep her moving. Once you have a man who is committed to 50-50, this is a modern day scripting. And once again, it lends to the war of the sexes. Once again, it adds to the diabolical assignment. Because if women have to work, raise kids, have babies, raise those babies, breastfeed those babies, take care of those babies, come home, take care of a man, how is this woman going to be in a peaceful place to reproduce over and over again? She's just not going to do it. Her body is going to be spent. She's not going to be in a position to really truly show up for herself or for her family in the way that she should. And all that ensues is divorce and quarrels and talking too much. And so these are the men that you need to be very, very careful of. Men who have been scripted to not provide. This is a very serious thing. And the more that they find high value women unwilling to compromise with them, that is when they either raise their standards, change the way they think, or continue to find a pick-me girl, low value masculine woman who'll be more than happy to be their man. I hope that this video was helpful. In the meantime, my darling, I want you to take care of you, and if you need any help from me or Coach Shani or Coach Rena for men, please don't forget to visit my website chengisworld.co.uk/shop and get yourself some dating and relationship tools. I will see you soon on my next video. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots.